Good morning everyone, today is another pre-maintenance checklist video, which means we're going over all of the different campaigns which are ending with this coming maintenance. But before we jump into all of that, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe, as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So the very first thing I want you to pay attention to is the moment that you log into the game, you're going to notice that you get a system message right here saying your Spring 2024 special scratch tickets are about to expire, and then it's also going to tell you that your vouchers are going to expire relatively soon as well. So if you're like me and you still haven't used your 100 plus Spring 2024 special scratch tickets, you want to make sure that you use it before the coming maintenance, because as we can see over here, the Spring 2024 special scratch will be going away on April 17, which is of course maintenance. So you want to make sure that you use all of your tickets and redeem all of the rewards, including all of your selector tickets. You want to use all the selector tickets as well, and just redeem all of the rewards here if you need them. The main thing that I'm going to be going for, as usual, is going to be the star gems. However, you can pick whatever item you want over here. So there's that. Alright, with that out of the way, the next thing I want to talk about is the new bonus daily task. This actually kicks in 2 hours after this video goes live, so the chances are pretty high that by the time you are watching this video, this is already in game. So basically what you want to pay attention to is every Sunday and Monday we get these 2 special quests. On Sunday we get complete daily tasks, and we will get rewarded 5 star gems as well as 1 end color change pass. So make sure that you actually complete this, because it's relatively simple. It's just complete your daily tasks, so it's nothing different from your dailies. It's just some extra rewards on top, so a cherry on top, will take it. And then on Mondays, it's complete daily task, clear conditions 4 times, and we get 150,000 Meseta as well as 5 star gems. So this is a total of extra 10 SG, a bunch of Meseta, as well as end color change passes. And this will happen every single Sunday and every single Monday starting from this week, all right? So all you want to do is just make sure that you take advantage of this, that, maybe you don't have a lot of time to play. At the very least, every Sunday and Monday, you want to make sure that you do log in and complete your dailies. And with the recent changes that we got this patch, our dailies are even easier to complete. You use food stand, that's the same thing. Use region mag, that's the same thing. You can use any region mag, use any food stand. And then as for your collectibles as well as defeating enemies, you can literally do it anywhere now. Combat sector enemy suppression, you can go to any combat sector, just defeat 50 enemies. Difficulty does not matter. I literally just go to Retem Al Noth rank 1, and then I Zonde everything, because I have the new TA customization with Zonde, where it literally hits like 20 targets at once. I Zonde once, boom, 20 kills, super easy. I do it like 2 or 3 times, and boom, I'm done with my daily. It's really quick. And then on top of that, collecting the fruit, you can literally go anywhere now, so it's not specified to Stia or Retem or whatever. So again, very easy to complete. And once you just complete those 4, you're done. You don't even need to do Lucille exploration, but I do recommend that you do it, because it does give 30 Growthment 2s, which is pretty dang good. And once you complete that, boom, you're done. You finished. You got 130,000 Meseta for that. So a lot of people have been sleeping on this, but your dailies actually give you a substantial amount of Meseta. And then with the bonus that we're getting on Mondays, where it's another 150,000, that's pretty dang good. Sure, I know upgrading is still awfully expensive. You probably need to do your dailies for like a week, because of course you get your weekly money as well. Add this all together, and then it kind of justifies the upgrade cost. But I do understand that upgrading a weapon or an armor is still really expensive, and I do hope that Sega still looks into that and considers lowering the price, lowering the barrier of entry a little bit. But nevertheless, they do give you quite a good sum of money as well as resources for just playing every single day. Alright, the next thing I want to talk about are going to be the AC scratches. So the Echoes of Idola as well as Memories of Idola are both going away. These are going to be ending, as we can see here, on April 17. But more importantly is the SG Support Select April 2024. So if you still need any of the items over here, as you can see, I actually scratched 100 times to get all of these items, because I really want to deck out my new 11 star when it comes out next week. As I said in that video, I personally think it's worth pulling 10 times just to make sure that you do get the end augmentation success rate plus 40%. I think this is worth it, but it will cost you 500 SG. So if you're willing to pull, or if you want to pull at all, then just pull 10 times and that's it. Just stop there, because if you spend anything else, you know, there is going to be diminishing returns, and it's really up to RNG on whether you get anything good or not, since there are a bunch of useless items, especially all of these capsules down here are very, very useless. So, you know, you're kind of gambling over here. Now, with all of that out of the way, the next thing I want to remind everyone is make sure you spend your seasonal points. The seasonal shop is also going away after the maintenance, so if you have not spent all of your seasonal points, you want to make sure that you spend them now, because well, once the shop goes away, your points will also reset. They do not carry over to the next seasonal event, so keep that in mind. As you can see, I only have 400 points left, so I can't buy anything, but you know, I pretty much bought everything. Main items you want to make sure is to buy the alpha reactors. It's like 1.6 million meseta. There are a bunch of star gems as well, a bunch of other resources, special scratch tickets, as well as a bunch of cosmetic items. I think those are the main things you want to buy. There are, of course, these spring 2024 special scratch tickets. That's actually a total of 80 of these tickets, so that is 2 selector tickets. So you do want to make sure to buy this, because with 2 selector tickets, that's a guaranteed 200 star gems minimum. If you, that's like, you know, you scratch 80 times and you don't get any star gems, that is still 200 SG minimum. So that is pretty nice. But of course, you do need to make sure that you actually have enough seasonal points to buy this to begin with, because we can't farm any more seasonal points anymore. So, you know, if you can't buy all of them, well, that's just unfortunate. Alright, with that out of the way, the next thing I want to talk about are, of course, the ARKS Records. So it is Mediola Outer Area 2 board racing, so just make sure that you actually do it. Remember, you have to do it solo, and just by participating, you will get 20 ARKS Record badges. Now, as usual, you want the ARKS Record badges so that you can actually buy all of these new weapon camos. Remember, these are all new this week, so they will last all the way until June 5th. So you got plenty of time for that. The very cool weapon is actually really nice. It has a purple color variant. So that means all of your photon arts will have this purple afterglow with it. So that is really, really nice. And there's a green and white one as well. So that is pretty cool. There is, of course, star gems that you can pick up. The rare weapon, MK1 weapons, nah, these are outdated. Do not spend any more of your ARKS Record badges on these. You don't really need them anymore. Because, of course, we have the new Growthment 2 exchange where we have all of our Xover weapons. And personally, I would just invest into a Xover weapon if you haven't fully decked out your rare weapon already, because the Xover weapon is actually significantly easier to get a high fixa on it, simply because you can exchange for a fixa 1 fatale to begin with. Once you get your fixa fatale 1, then you can use your add preset skills 1 on all of your other random useless items, and then use that as fodder to increase your fixa from 1 to 2, 3, 4, 5, and so forth and so on. However, if you don't want to waste those items, you can simply just go to Lucille Exploration and just farm over here. Renova actually got a gunblade with Fixa Fatale 4 on it. It's actually crazy. He got it while I was streaming as well, and he was just like, "Hey guys, look at me! I got a Fixa 4 Fatale." And I was just like, "What? Where's mine?" So yeah. Basically, you know, you can just farm the Lucille Exploration. I think the drop rate is pretty reasonable with these Xover weapons. Now, while we're on the topic of these Xover weapons, of course, we have the new Growthment 2 exchange. So if you do get Xover weapons that you don't need or you don't want, you can always exchange them to Growthment 2s. So you click on Growthment 2 at the very bottom, and you can see over here, I've got 3 Xover weapons I don't need. I can exchange them all into Growthment 2s. It's 25 per weapon, so multiply that by 3, and boom, now I have 75 Growthment 2s, so that is really nice. You can also exchange Growthment 2 into regular Growthment if you want to. So as we can see here, we can actually exchange 1 Growthment 2 into 2 regular Growthments. So in case you do still need Growthment in order to buy out any of the essentials over here, such as LC capsules, TA customization disc Bs, as well as A's. Because remember, we have the new TA customizations on all the skills, so you might be in dire need of all of these CDs in order to max out all of your different skills. Now, while we're still on the topic of regular Growthment, don't forget to scroll all the way to the very bottom and exchange all of your Verschmel weapons into regular Growthment as well. And of course, there is the Octo Armors if you picked up any of those. So when you're running Lucille Exploration, you will get a bunch of Verschmel weapons as well as Octo Armors. Make sure to pick those up and don't just sell them, because you can turn them into Growthment, and Growthment is pretty useful, as we can see right here. Look at that. I've got 125 Growthment just from that. So that was really, really nice, and that's definitely going to help you afford any of the LC capsules or any of the different CDs that you need. So make sure that you do pick those up. The next thing I want to talk about is of course the Aegis Integra exchange. Again, make sure that you exchange everything, all your Neo A weapons into the Aegis Integras so that you can afford all of the Dominas as well as Aegis Soul 4s. I already bought all of these, and then you can use all of this in order to make Hal Finales into Lux Hal Finales because well, you know, those are actually going to be very useful. Let's see, I actually have a couple Lux Hal Finales already. We can see I have 10 Lux Hal Finales. You know, it's going for like 2.63 million each. So this is a good sum of money already, you know, 3 million each, 10 of them, that's 30 million Meseta right here that I just have sitting around, and I don't need to spend that 30 million, and I can actually use this to augment my weapons or my armors or whatever, so it saves me a lot of headache. And last but not least is of course the Dread Scale exchange over here. Make sure that you pick up your TA customization disc X if you still don't have enough. I can never have enough, so I'm just gonna buy that immediately and we are good to go. Now before I forget, don't forget to actually talk to the Genesis Point shop, because I know this NPC is off to the side, so it's very easy to forget about it. But remember, a lot of these items reset weekly. So again, if you need more disc A's or disc B's, this is a very good place to buy them because they don't cost a lot. You know, they're relatively cheap. There's a lot of Genesis points, but as usual, the main items that you want to pick up is going to be the Master Fragments, because remember, with 10 of these, you can make an End Master Cube, which will save you 5 million Meseta, which is a pretty big deal. So make sure that you buy this every single week. And then of course there is the Foundia capsules. I think this is also super valuable, especially since farming for Foundia capsules right now is kind of a little bit of a pain in the butt. So I prefer to just buy this and make sure that I get my 10 every single week. Now, as for the extra LC capsules over here, you know, this is really up to you. Just remember that after Grand Dreadkeeper LC, when it goes over to the minerals, these minerals over here reset monthly. The easy way to look at it is simply the cost. When it costs really little, it means that those are monthly resets. If it costs like, you know, 3 digits, that means it is a weekly reset. That's usually my rule of thumb. And last but not least is of course our Alliance Exchange shop over here, or Alliance tasks. Make sure to actually pick up all of the different Alliance tasks because some of them have reset because they've made them a lot easier. You know, basically it's just collect capsules instead of collecting like Stia Note A, B's, and C's or whatever. So it's a lot easier now to complete all of your different Alliance tasks. And then in turn, of course, that makes it much easier to get your Alliance badges so that you can buy out all your goodies over here, including your 30 star gems. So make sure that you actually do that. And if you still need more Genesis points, that's another 7,000 Genesis points over here waiting for you. Super, super useful.
Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.